Okay.
We change the world history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I appreciate that.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. I have got to get another startup song, another startup thing there. I like that one, but it's been worn out. So the message is going out to somebody who knows how to make those kind of things. Just hook a brother up. Yeah, give me something to choose from. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, that one's okay, but it's kind of old. The Harriet two is okay, but I need a new one. I need something that's kind of funky in the morning and make people wake people up and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So if you're really good at that kind of thing out there, yeah, make one for me, and I'll make sure I give you attribution. I won't say I did it. Okay, I'll tell people who did it, so they might want you to make them something. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so just yeah, I need a new one. I just need a new one. That one's okay, but it served me well. It served me well initially. It served me well. We good. Okay. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is Decision. Why do we call it that? Because everything you do requires you to make one. And even when you decide not to make one, well, guess what you just did? You made one anyway. So you see, get you cannot get from under the decisions that we make because everything we do has something to do with us making the decision to do it or not do it. So we call it Decision 2.0 because it was 2.1, but something happened to 2.1. So we had to move on to other things. But good morning to you. I hope this day finds you well. I hope you are in a fantastic mood this morning. And remember, no matter what happens to you today, it is still better to be on top of the ground than the ground on top of you. So you see, you really don't have any complaints. Okay, really, not really. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to think about that when things get a little rough for you or something. But right now, it is time for us to do our daily bread. A word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. But either way, Either way, it's good for the soul. Believe it or not, today is October the 23rd, 2025. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day, believe it or not, that will never, ever be again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and undo all the things you do today. More importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and do the things you should have done today that you don't. So whatever you do with this day, hopefully, is that if tomorrow should be, you'll be glad of what you have done on this day. Next up, it is our daily bread. Okay, so then we go to celebrate our armed forces, and then we got a message today, and the message today is called legacy. We all leave one. What's yours going to be? We'll be back.
Through valleys deep and mountains high, your faith a beacon in the sky. Every trial with lessons wrapped tight, in every shadow you are my light.
God is our refuge in times of trouble.
Our daily bread.
Today's encouragement from the Our Daily Bread devotional was written by Jennifer Benson Schultz. Jennifer writes, "During a walk at a local park, my children and I encountered a couple of unleashed dogs. Their owner didn't seem to notice that one of them had begun to intimidate my son. My son tried to shoo the dog away, but the animal only became more intent on bothering him. Eventually my son panicked. He bolted several yards into the distance, but the dog pursued him. The chase continued until I yelled, 'Run to me!' My son doubled back, calmed down, and the dog finally decided to make mischief somewhere else." Jennifer continues, "There are moments in our lives when God calls to us and says, 'Run to me.' Something troubling is on our heels. The faster and farther we go, the more closely it pursues us. We can't shake it. We're too afraid to turn and confront the trouble on our own. But the reality is that we aren't on our own. God is there, ready to help and comfort us. All we have to do is turn away from whatever scares us and move in His direction. His word says, 'The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe.'"
Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Proverbs chapter 18, verses 4 through 12. "The words of the mouth are deep waters, but the fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream. It is not good to be partial to the wicked and so deprive the innocent of justice. The lips of fools bring them strife, and their mouths invite a beating. The mouths of fools are their undoing, and their lips are a snare to their very lives. The words of a gossip are like choice morsels. They go down to the inmost parts. One who is slack in his work is brother to one who destroys. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. The wealth of the rich is their fortified city. They imagine it a wall too high to scale. Before a downfall, the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor." That's today's scripture reading from Proverbs chapter 18, verses 4 through 12.
And now let's pray. Dear Jesus, you are the Prince of Peace. We need the kind of peace that only you can give. Help us to turn to you when we are troubled. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
All righty then. So let us now honor our armed forces of the United States of America who are sitting somewhere on somebody's land or something out there trying to protect us from all the things that we don't know. I wonder how many things our guys, you ever think about all the things that could have happened yesterday that didn't because somebody else is looking out for you besides God? There's somebody else out there already looking out for you. Well, there are a lot of things that that's why when I pray, forgive me for thank you for keeping me from danger for the things I've seen and the things unseen. There's always something out there that could have got you. Okay, so be thankful for that too. Okay, so let us go now and salute our armed forces of the United States. Come back with our message of the day, which is called legacy. Everybody leaves a legacy. Everybody does. It's up to you which one it is.
Over hill, over dale, we will hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, counter marching all about, and those caissons go rolling along. For it's high, high here in the field artillery. Count out your numbers, now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And wherever you go, you will always know that those caissons go rolling along. Anchors aweigh, my boys, anchors aweigh. Farewell to college joys, we sail and break on day, 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 day. Through our last night on shore, hail to the fall. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home. We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in Thee. Through howling gale and shot and shell to win our victory. Semper Paratus is our guide, our pledge, our motto too. We're always ready to or die. I constantly fight for you. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come to lead our thunder. And boys, give it the gun. And we dive, starting a flame from under, off with one terrible roar. We live in vain, go down in flame, for nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First we fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor free. We are proud to claim the title of United States
Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, and Space Force, and of course, all righty then. The Navy, the Marines probably got the only woman who I'd actually fight for under her leadership, without complaining. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a complainer. Okay, I'm a complainer. Let's just face it. I complain all the time about everything. But I wouldn't complain working under this woman. Her name is anyway. She was at that meeting with all the generals. She's probably the only one who didn't need to be there. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna say, Marine generals probably didn't need to be at that meeting. Okay, that was for the Army generals. Okay, because they gotten kind of soft. Really, they've gotten kind of soft and bringing people in to think they can change their their gender and all that stuff. I mean, man, I tell you, the Chinese somewhere laughing in the corner. But anyway, we are going to, our message this morning is legacy. And this is an interesting piece, and then we'll get on to the conversation of the day. This is an interesting piece because we all do leave a legacy. We all do. And whether we know it or not, somebody is going to remember something about us when we leave here. It's either going to be pretty good, it's going to be, not so good. But somebody is going to remember something about you. When your name comes up in conversation, somebody's going to say, yeah, I remember Elkins. I thought he was a little bit off there. And, I thought he was like the porch lights on, but wasn't nobody home. Okay. So you're going to leave one, whether you want to or not, you're going to leave one. So what we should do is strive to leave a good one. Okay. One where you've actually done something that is worthwhile, because people will soon forget us. But what they won't do, though, is forget how you made them feel, forget what you did, and how you helped some people along the way. They don't forget that. But they forget the car you drive. As a matter of fact, somebody else is probably driving your car right now. They forget the house you lived in because nobody really cares. They'll dump your house, forget it. They don't care. Nobody cares about your clothes and your car, because as soon as you die, somebody's gonna put your clothes outside like you didn't even exist. So don't put too much stock in the things that you own, because as soon as you're gone, somebody's gonna own them or they're gonna throw them away. Anyway, legacy. That is our thing for today, and I hope you enjoyed this because it really is an interesting message. So hang loose, and we'll be back.
Legacy. There's power in your name. Power in your name. McDonald's is a last name. Abercrombie and Fitch, last names. Armani is a last name. Baskin Robbins is a last name. Chrysler is a last name. Fisher Price, Gucci, Hennessy, Harley Davidson, Hilton, Honda, Kohl's, Kraft Foods, Lowe's Movie Theater, Marriott is a last name. Maybach is a last name. Nordstrom is a last name. Pillsbury is a last name. Porsche is a last name. Procter & Gamble, 2 last names. Rolls Royce, Charles Rolls, Henry Royce, last names. Turner Broadcast System, Ted Turner, last name. Versace, last name. Wells Fargo, Henry Wells, William Fargo, last name. Walgreens, last name. Wrigley's, last name. Welch's Grape Juice, last name. Here you are, you think you're buying a product. You are not buying a product, you're buying a name. You think you're wearing a product. Hey, look at this product. No, you're saying, look at this family. And what you don't know is while you're making every family rich, you're making yourself broke. So you done went to one family called Wells Fargo and got $200,000 so you can go to another family called Rolls Royce so you can give them money to get yourself a car so you can go back to the hood and see the Joneses and say, look at what I got. Meanwhile, Wells Fargo, their family's sitting up being rich, and Harley Davidsons and Rolls Royce are being rich, and the Joneses are sitting there holding up people's stuff saying, look at what we did and we broke. What if I told you that your blessing is attached to your name? That part of the reason why you're not wealthy yet is because you keep trying to make Yolanda wealthy. You keep trying to make Tasha wealthy. What if you made Johnson's wealthy? What if you started thinking about your kids? What if you started thinking about your legacy? What if God started dropping Canaan and opening up windows of heaven? Because now you're not just thinking about you, you're thinking kingdom. There are some people who are attached to you who say, Mama, can you do something with this name? There's some people who are saying, Dad, can you do something with this name? Maybe God gave you the name to change and reverse some of the stuff that the name meant one day. I wish there was somebody in this room that say my name might mean one thing right now, but I promise after today, this name's getting ready to change. I promise after today, everybody's going to want my last name. I'm here to let you know you are a curse breaker. You're thinking kingdom. You are not just getting married, you're breaking a curse. You are not just graduating from college, you're breaking a curse. You are not just getting out of high school, you're breaking a curse. You are not just saved, you're breaking a curse. And everybody around you is about to be blessed because of what God's getting ready to do in your life.
I don't know what my name meant before I got here, but I know it's going to mean before I leave. You got a legacy. Power in your name. A legacy is something that is passed down. It is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world. Your legacy is something that is passed down. It is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world. I don't care about legacy. I'm single. I don't care about legacy. I don't have no kids. I don't care about legacy. My family never cared about me. I don't care about them. My life is my own. Why do I need to even think about legacy? Well, here's the thing I have to say to you. The thing you need to know is this. You are leaving a legacy whether you want to or not. Everybody in this room is going to leave a legacy. The question is, are you going to be intentional about the legacy you're leaving? Are you actually going to be intentional, or are you just going to let anything be passed down, anything be given to others on your behalf? Don't let it be so. It's like this past weekend, I went out to go preach. And when I went to go preach, I went into a city and I rented a car. When I went to the rental car, they said, go downstairs in the garage. You can grab any car. When I went down there were only 2 cars. There was one car that looked like it wouldn't make it past Monday. And then there was another car. So I went to this car. But when I got into the car smelled like cigarette smoke. And so I took off with the car because, I'm just like, hey, let me get out of here. And so I'm driving the car for a couple of days. When I bring the car back, drop off the keys, they say, hey, you have any problems with the car? I said, no problems with the car. They said, all right, cool. I leave, and they said, I looked on my email, and they billed me $350. How you gonna charge me? I've never smoked a day in my life. They said, sorry, sir, you brought the car back smelling like cigarettes. I said, no, I didn't bring the car back smelling like cigarettes. Y'all brought me a car that smelled like cigarettes. They said, no, all we know is that you brought us a car with cigarettes, so you have to pay the price. Can I tell you something? That is a picture of many of our lives. Some of us lived a life that stunk so bad. And many of you are paying a price for a life that you didn't live, but somebody lived before you, and they handed you down a name or a life that stunk so bad that now you got to pay forever for it. And I'm here to let you know, stop giving people this dirty, nasty, stinky life. Why don't you build a legacy so when somebody gets into the car of your life, they want to say thank you instead of, I can't believe what you did to me. Everybody here has struggled with an addiction that's not yours. It was an addiction that your family didn't deal with. It was an addiction that your father just overlooked. And so it got passed down to you. And now you're struggling with this addiction. But truthfully, if you track the addiction, your father had it, and your grandfather had it, and your great-grandmother had it, and your whole family had it. And because they didn't deal with it, because they weren't thinking legacy, now you're driving in a car that you got to pay for. And God is saying, the buck stops here, that this is it. I put you in the earth because you're about to stop some stuff. I know people who went to go buy a house, and when they went to go buy a house, they saw their credit report, and the credit score was so jacked up, and when they saw the report, they realized that mama had gave out their social security number to the whole family. And everybody done rented stuff and didn't pay back, and everybody had electric bills and cell phones that don't even exist no more. Why? Because somebody didn't care about legacy, and they handed you a bill, and now you can't walk in Canaan, not because of your issues, but because of some issues that were passed down. God forbid you are sitting in this place saying, I don't care about legacy. You need to care about it, because somebody's got to live in the life you have. You are passing something down whether you want to or not. Why are you the only one who knows how to make that apple pie everybody love? Why are you the only one who knows how? So you mean to tell me, can't nobody else make that sweet potato pie recipe but you? So you're going to just die, and you're not going to tell nobody what the secret was. Even Colonel Sanders left his secret. Now, come on now. Even Colonel Sanders said, yeah, I make some good chicken, but when I'm gone, y'all going to keep making it. What I'm saying to you is, why is it that you're the only one? So you own all this real estate and you didn't share that with nobody. You're not going to tell nobody how to do that? You're the only successful marriage in your family. You're not going to tell nobody. You're gonna hoard this information so you can be the only one who wins. You have lost. You have lost. You have lost. And I'm telling you that you are going to have to look at your life and recognize that everything you are doing right now is having major and great impact. If you're going to leave a legacy, you're going to have to remember how you started, but focus on how you finished. I don't want you to forget how you started. I don't want you to forget that Father wasn't there. I don't want you to forget some of the conditions that you were raised in. I don't want you to forget some of the rejection, some of the pain. No, I want you to remember how you started, but do not for 1 second let it dictate how you're going to finish. There's somebody in this room saying, Pastor, I don't understand. I hear you, but this sermon got me all messed up. I was feeling good. And then you done preached this sermon, and now I'm thinking about the 60 years of my life I've wasted. I'm thinking about the 60 years of hurt I caused. I'm thinking about the 60 years of stuff I did. I got some college student who's sitting here saying, Pastor, I wish I heard this word in my junior year in high school. I wish I heard this word in my sophomore year in high school, because I did some stuff as a sophomore that I'm still paying for now. I did some stuff as a senior that I'm still paying for now. Can I tell you something? Your yesterday may have been jacked up, but God knows how to take the old and make it new. I came to preach to somebody today and let you know your first 60 years was jacked up, but your next 60 days, God says, I will turn it into such impact. I will give it such greatness that you won't even remember some of the stuff that you jacked up. Legacy is built now, but experienced later. If you are going to leave a legacy, you got to start building now. I'm talking to college students, okay? Don't wait. Oh, when I graduate, in 4 years, I'm just going to live it out. And then when I graduate, I'm going to be free. I'm going to get serious about my life. Can I tell you something? I know 40-year-olds who are living under the consequence of things they did from 18 to 22. And they thought that when they left school, that they left the issue, not realizing that the issue followed them all the way into their adulthood. I'm telling you that right now you are a builder. Right now, you have to start building your life now. You got to start building credit now. You got to start building your finances now. You got to think like a farmer. A farmer thinks sowing. I'm sowing seeds, realizing that I'm not going to reap this until later. Your last name is bigger than your first name. I don't care how you got your name, but you need to be living for your last name. Your first name is about you, but your last name is about us.
Your first name is about you, but your last name is about us. Wow, that's heavy. Legacy. Funny thing about it, most of us don't ever really think about our legacy, do we? Till it's like too late. And I must admit, I didn't think about legacy. Couldn't spell it until a couple of years ago. Okay, that's not exactly true. I could actually spell legacy. I just didn't. I didn't really pay much attention. See, I thought all that kind of stuff was for rich people with money. I mean, that's why I passed up a 401k for 23 years. I didn't know. Oh man, if I could just take my right shoe off and kick my own self in the butt for that, I would. And that is a classic example of doing things out of ignorance. And so knowledge is a very important thing. So get all you can get. The lessons of life today is this one. Every day I give you a lesson of life. It's something we learn as we live. And there's only one way to learn lessons of life. You got to live some of it, okay? So today's lesson of life is this one. Everybody, I mean, absolutely every last one of us will or has been through something that has changed us in a way that we can never go back to the person we once were. Okay. And if it hasn't happened yet, it will happen. Okay. One more time. Every last one of us, all of us, at some point in our lives, will go through something that changes us to the point that we will never go back to being that person we were yesterday. And if it hasn't happened yet, well, just wait a minute. Live a little longer and something will happen that will change you. And now that change could be for the good. It could be for the worst of you, but something will happen in your life. Something will happen to you. Somebody once said, "It's not what happens to you, though. Remember this: it's not what happens to you. It's how you deal with it." I got to keep reminding Zarel of that while he's down there, doing his little training. It's forget what happens to you. Handle it a certain kind of way. And again, I'm gonna use this example, then I'm gonna move on. Boiling water. Boiling water softens the egg, but it hardens. Well, excuse me. Boiling water softens the potato, but it hardens the egg. And they're both in the same water. What's the difference? Now, if you can get that difference, you belong on my team. Okay. Again, boiling water hardens the egg, but softens the potato. What's the difference? Why is that? If you can figure that out, you're almost as smart as I am. Okay, I'm just saying. If you can figure that out, you can tell me. You can just write it in the. You can write it in the. You can write it in the comments there. One more time. Boiling water. Boiling water hardens the egg, but softens the potato. It is the same water for both of these things. Why does one get soft and one get hard? Okay. Now, if you can figure that out today, you got all day to figure that out. You can write it in the comments if you know why. Okay. If you know why, then you're smart as I am. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you everybody well. Now, this is no surprise to anybody. Okay, this is no surprise. I told everybody that the city was going to give the money. Okay, this is no surprise. Okay, I mean this was politics. This wasn't even politics 101. I mean this was. I mean, hey Mayor, I love you. I really do. I think you're a swell guy. But you could have did a better job of hiding your intentions. I mean, come on, man. And there's no way in the world you're going to tell people this town is going to go without helping that hospital when that town helps this hospital. I mean, that hospital helps this town because most of their patients come from this town. They come from this town. They don't. I mean, we got a little outliers around there, Pike Road. We got maybe somebody coming in from Elmore County every once in a while, and somebody coming in from Prattville every once in a while. But for the most part, yeah, the people that go out there come from the city of Montgomery. Okay, even though the city of Montgomery is in um oh boy. Okay, yeah, Don. Hey, Don, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, yeah. I do appreciate you, but that was kind of now that was first of all, it's not true, and secondarily, it's inappropriate. But anyway, good morning to you. How's everybody doing? But anyway, so the whole thing, that whole thing about not giving the. I mean, I knew the city council was going to override that. I mean, listen, that was a done deal, and I have made I haven't made the formal announcement yet. But it will be when it's time to put in the paperwork. I'm going to make the announcement. But I am going to run for the city council of Montgomery. I'm not going to tell you which district right now, but I will be on that list because what we have lost in politics. First of all, there's nothing new. It's always the same thing. There's nobody's willing to go outside their own comfort level, their circumference. And maybe we need somebody that's been someplace else, lived someplace else, been to other countries. I mean, maybe we need somebody, okay? Because these people on the city council, a lot of them, nobody wants to take a shot. Okay, and I think the one thing that we do in politics, which is wrong, we go there hoping to be reelected before we even finish our term. And so you are cautious. I'm not that cautious. Okay. You are cautious. You are skeptical. You're tentative. You politically calculate every decision that you make based on whether or not it looks good in the public. Okay. Well, or whether or not it'll hurt your chances of getting reelected. That's a nice thing about being older. I'm listen. The chances of me being reelected ain't very good. You get a certain age, and you say, "Well, I better ride this out ride this out to the end." Like in the black church, we say, "Well, we're just gonna keep on moving, and see what the end gonna be." But I am going to run for the Montgomery City Council. So now they don't know which side of town I live on because I'm keeping that a secret. But yeah, I'm going to run. I'm going to do it. I've often said I was going to do it, but I couldn't do it because I was on the radio, and the radio won't allow you to. Although the FCC doesn't say anything about it, but the radio. Um, Radio don't allow you to run for office without giving up your job. But hey, I don't have to give up my podcast. See, at that I don't have to give up. So now I'm in the right position to do my now. And listen, this is a good question. What are you going to bring differently to the table? Okay, when you win, first of all, I'm going to bring some common sense back. Okay, I'm going to grant, and one of the things I will not do is keep turning people down for business licenses because I think that, and can, of course, no one man can pass law, but I will not. I'll put it this way: I will not support turning people down for their business if that business is illegal. I won't support putting stipulations on things that have nothing to do with the law. And our city council, every once in a while, they'll stop somebody from putting up a liquor store or putting up a juke joint or something like that because they think we got too many. Okay, has anybody seen how many chicken places are in town? And let's not talk about car lots. We got a car lot. I mean, we got car lots right next to each other going down Eastern Boulevard. Now, and every time somebody comes up to get a liquor license, they have a hard time. Yeah, I know I've been saying it for years, but I was on the radio. I couldn't do it. They made, and basically I was taking a chance listen. Wait a minute. I was taking the chance on getting the job, but I had to quit my job, and then may not end up with a job at all. Okay. Hey, now listen. Don, you really didn't. You didn't really mean to be funny on that, but that was pretty good. That's a pretty good one right there. I got I got to give you that one. Yeah, I was also a 64 Charlie, which is a transportation specialist. I drove the big rig. Believe it or not, I can't even go across the bridge now. But yeah, I drove the big rigs too, and I was a food service sergeant for a while. I did. That's what the Rangers said they needed, and that's what I took to get there. Anyway, Councilmember Johnson and Beard are uh, going to be like a wet dog. That's fine. That's fine. Listen, somebody once said that you can't, if you cannot stand the heat, then don't go in the kitchen. Yeah, I've been here 34 years now. I've seen how the game is played. Okay, but the thing about it, nothing has really changed since I've been here. We've gotten worse. I mean, nothing. Now, even policies. Okay, even policies are not really that much different. I've been calling for a curfew for the city of Montgomery for years. Now we got to get people killed in order to have one. Okay, I don't understand that, but okay, there is nothing that a 17-year-old has to do that should keep him out on the streets of Montgomery after 12 o'clock at night. There's nothing he should do. Now, again, one city councilman can't pass laws, and I understand that. One city councilman, but I tell you what, one city councilman can do. You raise enough hell about it till somebody pay attention to it. Okay, and which is what I will do because I ain't scared of nobody. Okay, I ain't scared of nobody. And we forget sometimes as people down there, we're really not in politics for ourselves. We're not supposed to be. Politics is about public policy. everything we do, everything we should try to do should benefit the public. Okay. No. Actually, I don't. But that's okay. No. But you won't know because and it's the year because I'll be moving soon. So you won't know where I'm at. You won't know where. You'll know the day that I go down there and put in the paperwork. So it's it's going to it's going to shop. I'm finna buy another house. Buy a house on another part of town. So I will. Oh yeah. I would be on if I live and nothing happens. I would be on the ballot. And when I got a friend Thomas, that's my good buddy. I'm probably going to make him my campaign manager uh, because he has a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, and he's smart. That's going to be my economic advisor. Okay, because he knows money. He knows money. Okay, so we're going to have him on the team, on the Elk Dog team, which we're going to call it the Elk Dog team. But aren't we tired of hearing the same old platitudes? And oh yeah, and the one lie I am not ever going to tell as a city councilman, I will never say that I'm going to change education. That is the biggest lie that everybody running for city council has ever told. In the city of Montgomery, we have no purview, no authority, absolutely zilch influence on the Board of Education. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out who does have influence on them. They are an elected board of people. They can pretty much make the decision they want to. I guess as long as they're in the somewhere in the parameters of the state board of education, I guess you can pretty much do what they want to do. Let me tell you what really got my mind, made me do this. There is a study that happened in 1964, and that study was called the Blumenthal study. And what they did was they took kids who they thought were who they thought were no, he may not. I don't know. But he pretty much knows money real good, better than I do. Uh, but the Blumenthal study was a study of expectations, and it was about schools. It was about and the study showed what they did was they took kids from the same demographics, kids from the same room, but what they did was they targeted a couple of the kids in the room, a few of the kids in the room, and expected more of them by reminding them that they can do better. They can do better. And all year long, they reassured them, same demographics, same people, same incomes. I mean, same everything, except the one ingredient that's necessary for anybody to be successful, of course, is discipline and encouragement. Okay? Big D. Good morning, the people's doctor.
What up, Kevin? What's going on, baby? We got to light these airways up, baby. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do it.
We're not live or in the air right now. I'm just calling to talk on the show about the topic.
Yeah, that's what you are. Yeah, you're live.
I'm live right now.
Yeah, you're on the air.
Well, okay. I think that it's important that I saw the mayor's post about being a healthcare provider in the city.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the mayor's post, and there was no mention. He didn't. I think the courage was there. He didn't say the truth. The governor spent billions on these prisons, but yet we have a hospital in the capital that's failing. Where are the priorities?
Well, of course, the governor doesn't have purview over the cities, except administratively. But she can't come down here and take over the city. So,
but what I'm saying is, like, if you're spending billions on prisons, yet there's a hospital that's down the street from the governor's house. Jackson is like maybe a few blocks away from the governor's house.
Mm-hmm.
She spent billions on prisons. They're spending billions on prisons. But we have failing hospitals in the capital city. I'm missing that's what the mayor should have talked about. We're spending billions on prisons, yet we have failing hospitals.
Well, again, though, I don't know who's responsible for the failure of the hospital, though? Was it mismanagement, which is what I understand?
As a healthcare provider, the hospital failed itself. Let's be honest. Like I know how the hospital and all the billing works. During COVID, the federal government pays for everyone's bills during COVID. So I'm figuring how Jackson is failing so soon after COVID when everybody's COVID bill got paid by the government.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure that part out. Is how does a hospital fail and we're still coming out of COVID when literally they passed a law. The federal government noted if anyone came to the hospital with a COVID diagnosis, the bill was paid. Didn't matter if it was Medicaid, Medicare, Blue Cross. If COVID was related, the hospital would get paid by the federal government.
And you know what else happened during that time? Everybody who went to the hospital, whether they had COVID or not, the preponderance of people who showed up there had some diagnosis related to COVID.
So that's what I don't understand, how a hospital is failing. I know for a fact I was in Florida during COVID running ICUs.
Mm-hmm.
The hospital, and I saw the billing that was being done. I performed some of the billing. The hospital raked in so much money, it was ridiculous during COVID, at least in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the CEO, the people running Jackson did with the billing or what's going down, but it should not fall on the city when a private entity is failing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, you know what? Every clinic, every urgent care, anyone can make that claim. But in the end, if the city was smart, they would put some type of stipulation where there's some type of oversight over Jackson, where the city can look at the books on a regular basis.
Well,
so
if you start investing in it, if you start investing in it, then I guess you have a right to see what's in it.
And, I need to talk to the mayor about that. I can help the mayor out. You know what I'm saying? Because pretty much, I know it. I have a clear. I used to. I was night supervisor at Jackson some time ago. I understand the problems at Jackson intimately. Mm-hmm. I can help the mayor out. Mm-hmm. Next time he's on the show, tell him to give me a call. We can figure out how to straighten Jackson up and get the city some money out of the deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's interesting though that they spent billions on prisons, but you have a failing hospital in the capital city down the street from the governor's house.
Right.
It's just,
but let's be intellectually honest though. The governor is not responsible for Jackson Hospital. It is
I agree.
So did anybody tell her? Did anybody tell her that the hospital was going broke? I mean, personally, give her that message. I don't know. Did our representatives go to the governor and say, "Hey, we need a little help over here"? So there's so many things we do not know because
it's so many things. There is. It's true. It is true, but I don't see how the city of Montgomery should be solely responsible when Jackson is a private entity that within a 30 to 40 mile radius, every town, every city, every municipality utilizes Jackson services. So I think there's something that's not being understood completely. But in the end, if the city is responsible, the state should be responsible. Everyone should pitch in because Jackson is I don't know. It's very interesting. I think if the city gets involved, they need to be some type of ownership or some type of management where the city recruits funds. That's a good business.
Yeah,
that's good business. If you're asking me for a loan for $20 million, I want to get my money back.
Yeah, we don't just give the money away and let them do it. But again, now here's what Mayor Reed is always talking about. He's always talking about public-private partnerships. So wouldn't that be what this is?
This is I think this is an opportunity for the city to perhaps develop this relationship where the Jackson Hospital, as it performs well, the city performs well because they're asking the city for $20 million, man. I think the city has to understand. Obviously, the city can't let let's be honest. They can't let Jackson fail, right?
They can't. So
they can't. Too many jobs. Too many.
Yeah,
it's the infrastructure. It would overwhelm Baptists. It'd be a problem, right? But in the end, I think there has to be some type of ROI for the city. That should be the conversation. If I'm the city, I'm nervous. Like, hey, how are you guys going to pay me back, and how often am I going to get paid back? And matter of fact, I need some residuals off that money because as a hospital, they're billing. People don't understand. These hospitals bill these insurances enormous amounts of money, and it's that I don't know what Jackson's doing, but they're not doing a good job, obviously. But the city has to input some type of oversight committee, which I would love to be on, because you know what I'm saying. This is a good opportunity for the city to kind of like set a precedent. You know,
Yeah.
If you're not gonna be fiscally responsible, well, Jackson, you're gonna be Jackson Montgomery Hospital. So something
whatever.
that
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be a city hospital, but the city should recruit or should be some type of investment opportunity for the city. Because this is an investment. This is not a bailout like with the Bush and the boys did. This ain't a bailout. This is an investment opportunity for the city.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so.
But let's hope so, man. Good talking to you, Kevin.
I appreciate it. That is David Graham, Veterans Wellness Center, out there on Monticello Boulevard. Where if you don't just have to be a veteran, you can go out there and see him. I'll tell you about that a little later on. Good morning,
Sergeant Elkins.
Yes, sir.
You are strongly considering running for the city council?
I am.
What district?
Oh, I can't say that yet.
Okay. I want to ask you.
Yes.
Your outlook on oversight. If you're on the council today,
mm-hmm.
and it came before you on oversight of the mayor of this city being able to sign contracts, what's your position?
My position would be, I think we should leave it where it is. I think he has the ability to sign a contract $50,000 or less. I still think that's a lot of money, but I mean, he is the mayor, and if we don't trust him with at least $50,000 contract, then he probably shouldn't be the mayor. But I heard Marcia Johnson say not this city council meeting, the one before, that she wants to give him $500,000. That's $500,000 to just, no, that's the people's money, and we need the people who help collect it. We need some oversight over that. But $50,000, I think, is a reasonable amount of money to let him.
So your position is oversight should be over the city of Montgomery, the mayor. So you believe in oversight?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. When it comes to funds, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Now, would you believe in the same oversight of the president of the United States and tearing down the White House? Putting a wrecking ball to the White House, the people's house.
Okay.
Do you think there should be oversight on that?
If it was government money paying for it, yes, but it isn't. It's donors paying for the reconstruction of the thing. There's not.
So if I just want to understand you correctly.
Mm-hmm.
If I get a bunch of donors and raise money and we come over there and tear down your house, even though it's not our house, we got donors.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin, we can get a wrecking ball and come over to your home and just start tearing it down because we're using someone else's money, is what you're saying.
Well, fortunately, they're not tearing down the White House. They're tearing.
No. They are tearing down sections of it. So what you initially said was, you said that we're not using taxpayers' money. You're okay with the process of tearing down a wing of the people's house, without any oversight.
Right now, that place only holds about, when they're doing state dinners and stuff like that.
It's the people's house. I'm not saying what the reason is.
Well, right. It ain't really.
There's an architectural review process, Kevin.
Right.
There's other presidents that have made changes to the White House.
Absolutely.
So this is not nothing new.
I've never heard the hell is being raised about it than it is right now.
Because they went through an oversight.
Okay.
That's the problem.
But they were using government
money. This guy didn't go through an oversight.
But they were using government money. They were using government money.
It doesn't matter. It's an oversight. It's not the money issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the money.
Yeah.
There should be an oversight. That you just said Mayor Reed should have oversight of anything over $50,000.
$50,000.
So you want oversight. It didn't. Either we're good with the process or not. The money doesn't matter whether it's tax. The other thing, Kevin.
Yeah.
These are private donors. We don't know who's giving to the tearing down of a wing. It could be the rushing mob.
What does it matter?
Sir?
What does it matter? We're just going to get a better house. What does it matter who the donors are?
Okay, I can tell you why it matters, sir.
What's that?
If I gave $200,000 to this tearing down of the wing, but I got a contract pending with the government for $5 million. If I give you $200,000 through the back door, I want this $5 million contract now.
Mm-hmm. And again, if you find that out, then I think that's probably
we can't find it out, sir, because there's no oversight. That's the problem.
Well, again, listen, it ain't my house.
It's the people's house. It is your house.
The people can't just go up there when they want to. It's a White House. It belongs to right now. It's under the
so, and that's the problem. That's why I asked you the question: did you believe in oversight? Because we begin to now say, "I want oversight on Mayor Reed, but I'm okay with what this guy doing at 1600 Pennsylvania.
Well,
I'm okay because it's not my house. It's not your money when it comes to the city.
Right.
But you want oversight over? Huh?
I live in Montgomery. And I help them pay some of their taxes in my.
I live in the United States.
Yeah, we do, but I'm not. Listen, there are many things I could worry about, but who paid to get the upgrade?
Okay, and that's the problem when it comes to this administration.
Yeah.
We don't want to worry about him buying beef from Argentina when we got cattlemen right here in this country with plenty cattle.
Yeah.
But we want to take care of our friends for $20 billion that we're buying beef from Argentina, and we got cattlemen in the United States saying, "What about us?"
Right, and you think? Now, of course, I'm totally against that. But
that's the thing. We're situational. And that's my problem, Kevin. Is when it comes to this administration, right. The Secretary of War now says we don't want any of our people in the Pentagon talking to any reporters without prior approval. That's never been the process.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with that. And and you know what happened in Somalia that time? Let me tell you what happened in Somalia. The guy showed up. They was coming to do an operation, and the media was on the beach.
Yeah, if we had this same, Kevin, I mean, I guess, again, it's okay for him to have Signalgate where he's sending out stuff to his family and his friends through a device, and that's okay. We've become so, just delusional with this administration that the Secretary of Defense can send out stuff to everybody through a Signalgate, but we want to have prior approval with the press to even walk up and down the Pentagon.
Here's the problem. We've been so far to the other side of the spectrum, so far over, until coming back to normalcy, some sense of normalcy, seems like it's abnormal. That's how bad that things have gotten in Washington, D.C. And that's one of the reasons why people like a guy who said, "This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it." Okay, but we got so bad when you tell me that. Our people can join the military and change their sex and get fat generation.
I don't want to move the goalposts on the issue. I want to go back to oversight. That's all I'm talking about, Kevin, is you saying Mayor Reed can sign any contract for $49.99, but if it's $51,000, I need to look at it.
I think
it's never been where the administration have had a check on this mayor like we have on Mayor Reed. Todd Strange didn't have it. Bobby Bright didn't have it. Emery Farmer didn't have it. But now we want Mayor Reed to hold up everything because I want to look at it. But when it comes to the White House, I don't want to look at nothing.
But how do you know they didn't have it?
Because C.C. Calhoun just said it at this council meeting on Tuesday. He said there's never been an administration that had contract reviews by the city council.
Okay. Well, I do know that Alvin Holmes would oversight some of these.
Well, that's the state, sir. I'm talking about the city. That's the state.
Isn't the principle?
I'm talking about the city.
Isn't the principle the same thing?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. No. We're talking about the city, sir.
Alvin Holmes was one.
But again, we will. I don't have Trump derangement. I'm not against it. I'm against protocol. I'm for protocol and I'm for procedures. If it's good enough for Barack Obama, if it's good enough for George Bush, if it's good enough for Ronald Reagan, this administration should not be able to take a wrecking ball to the people's house. Kevin, there are some places over in Cloverdale you can't even change your windows without going through the Architecture Review Committee.
Right. And I think that's crazy. It's your house. I don't think y'all.
You agree to by the covenant of that group.
Well, again,
it's crazy that we willing to let this guy do anything, a wrecking ball. And then it's $300 million and we won't even pay government employees. Okay, let's get government back open.
That's not the government.
Thank you, Kevin, for taking the call.
That's not government. Private donor. That's private donor. And it's not the first time that they made adjustments to the White House. Hey, hello.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes.
Wow, I just listened to the last individual. Wow. I'm looking at a news article, a video from 2010 on CNN. Is CNN right-leaning organization?
It's a left wing.
Thank you. In 2010, President Obama administration spent $376 million of taxpayers' money to renovate the White House and put it in a basketball court.
That's right. And somebody put a bowling alley in it. so
we will use $376 million from 2010. So with inflation, maybe $500 million of taxpayer money to put in a freaking basketball court. But now
it's their house when they got why they in there is their
private money.
Yeah, it's private money. The TDS syndrome is serious.
Think about it. Trump went to Great Britain, and him and 1,600 other people sat in a ballroom, and they had a state dinner, a state meeting, whatever the case you want to do. 1,600 people. Think about that. This hall room was over 400 years old.
Yeah.
And it was glamorous. I mean, I don't like the Brits. I don't hate the Brits. I'm neutral toward the Brits. But there was history there. They were sitting in a hall room with 1,600 people serving off of china and silverware over 400 years ago. Now, just to put this in perspective, the last time President Trump and President Biden want to have a state benefit, where did they go? They went to a tent. T-E-N-T, a tent on the White House grounds, because that's all that was available. And so President Trump says we are going to use private donations and build a ballroom that doesn't cost a single penny to taxpayers for $200 million. In today's dollars. And folks want to complain when they said nothing when Obama spent $376 million in 2010 to put in a freaking basketball court on the front lawn of the White House.
And I was Nixon. I think Nixon put who put the
bowling alley? What is more important to create a ballroom? Let me say this: many folks think of a ballroom, white gowns, many courts and lords and kings sitting around drinking wine or whatever the case may be, and doing fancy things.
I think they can only get like 200 people in there, and that's why one reason why they're tearing it down, so you can put more people. I think they're going to have it where they can reach about 1,600 people in there.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
But when they had a stateroom, the ballroom, it's not a ballroom. Last time they had an official type meeting, they put a freaking canvas tent on the grounds of the White House. But somehow a basketball court put in 2010 is more important, using taxpayer money.
And this is where politics have gone in America. If it's not the guy we like, then whatever he does, and Obama went through the same thing. If it's not our guy, then what this guy doing now, it's terrible. But if my guy does, why in the hell we need a basketball court in the White House?
Well, let me say this: if we are the number one nation in this nation, and we want to invite kings, presidents, rulers, premiers, whatever the case may be, should we not put them in something more than a freaking canvas tent?
Well, again, if it's not your guy, then and Obama went through this. I mean, he couldn't do nothing right either at first. So I expect it. I mean, it's going to go on for a long time. I don't think we're ever going to get anybody in the White House or even the mayor's office in Montgomery that somebody's not going to complain about. So that's the way it goes. It's part of the American landscape now.
With what Trump is doing right now, and for the next 8, 10, 12, 20 presidents will do in the future, they will be able to facilitate all the future dignitaries to come into the White House and expose them to the grandeur of the best nation on this planet.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost the taxpayers a single freaking dime.
Right. It doesn't cost any money. So I said, okay, all right, I have no problem with that. And they're going to give,
a dumbass, your previous dumbass that just called,
wait a minute now.
And he's bitching.
Be nice.
No, he's a dumbass.
No,
it costs
he has an opinion. I mean, he has an opinion. That's his opinion.
It costs you nothing.
Yeah.
It costs your mother nothing. It costs my daughter nothing.
Right.
It's out of the private donors that are giving to the
however, though,
nation.
However, I do agree with one thing he said. We should know who the donors are.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, we should know who the donors are.
Because I tell you what, if they're willing to put up millions,
they
have no problem with putting their name on it.
Well, are they getting more in back in return? Whatever the case may be. Anyway, hey, appreciate it. Let me get this. Yes, Don.
My God, I don't know who's worth listening to. This Chase the Bud. I mean, that is awful. Do you really have to let him go on for 30 minutes?
Well, it wasn't 30 minutes, but I'm letting you go on.
Hey, Kevin, well, I ain't been on for an hour saying the same old thing over and over. Hey, have you bought steak lately?
Steak? I don't like steak.
Yeah, you bought steak. Well, have you bought any kind of beef?
Hamburger.
Is it expensive? Paying more money for it?
I don't know. I never really looked at the price. I just put it on the
Well, if you don't eat beef, but the price of beef is up. Trump, Willie Durham is so sick. I don't even think he's got enough sense to look up something. Trump lowered the tariffs on Argentine beef to drop the beef prices in the United States. Did Willie ever call in when Biden was the president about beef prices from Argentina? Did he ever call in with Biden? You know what the tariff was when Biden was in office on beef from Argentina?
Couldn't tell you.
Huh?
Couldn't tell you.
Nothing. But I don't believe I heard Willie call in and complain.
Well, we were young then, brother. We wasn't complaining. Doing that.
Willie's sick. I've never seen anybody. Everything Trump does is awful. I bet you don't think Trump has architects overseeing the construction? You don't think there's plans done? There's a hell of a lot more oversight on the Capitol than the construction. I mean, you've got to have oversight because of doggone security. I mean, he just runs off at the mouth with his hatred so much, he has no common sense. But Willie, Trump didn't give $20 billion to Argentina. He dropped the tariffs to lower the cost of beef, and Biden had zero tariffs. Get your facts straight.
All right, then. You see, everybody. So if it's not your guy, then you don't like it. And listen, that's American politics for you. Hey, here's a story. Let me get off that for a second. Here's a story right here. You guys, 12-year-old boy came home from school recently, and when he got home, there was no furniture, no parents, nothing in the apartment. Now, he was 12 years old, right? This was in Texas. His mommy and daddy moved out and didn't tell him. You see, these are the kind of people we have now. Okay, the boy came home to an empty apartment and his family gone. According to the arrest affidavit obtained by local news, the boy went to his neighbor's house and showed the neighbor the vacated apartment. When police arrived and spoke to the boy, he apparently told them that his mother and her boyfriend had mentioned the family would be moving at some point. They just forgot to tell him that he wasn't moving with them. Who's going to do that? Woo! Got to be Democrats. But anyway, and they are. Believe me, they are. Anyway, let me see. Move right on to other things. There have been many things done to the White House over the years. From 1792 to 1800, James Hoban, who was the architect, the White House was originally designed and constructed under President George Washington, blah, 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 blah. Reconstruction after the War of 1812, President James Madison. Expansion under Thomas Jefferson from 1801 to 1809. He did things. Harry Truman, reconstruction from 1948 to 1952. A significant renovation and modernization following structural issues, including the complete rebuilding of the interior while keeping the exterior walls intact. Jacqueline Kennedy, 1961 to 1963. Who's president? John F. Kennedy. A restoration effort to update the house with historical accuracy in mind. Nixon era, 1969 and 1974, President Richard Nixon, he did some things, introduced a significant aesthetic change, including an extensive remodeling of the East Wing, creating a separate media briefing space. 19 Bush administration, 1992 to 1993, President George H.W. Bush, improvements made to the accessibility and compliance with the American with Disabilities Act. In 2001-2009, President George W. Bush added a family-friendly jogging track and a basketball court. Obama era, President Barack Obama details introduced environmentally friendly initiatives, including updated heating and air conditioning systems and expanded the vegetable garden, if that really means anything. But anyway, so every president that has been in the White House over the eons, over the decades, have done something in the White House, and I've never heard this kind of complaint because we never cared. It ain't our house. I mean, it sounds good. Oh, it's the people my butt. Then what the January 6th people did, then they just said, open the door, it's our house, we coming in. Okay. So whose house now? Whose house is it really? It ain't our house. Okay, it's that house belongs to the occupants of it at that particular time. Okay, and presidents they have the leeway to do the things they want to do. This Trump deranged syndrome thing just really, woo, my Lord, y'all got it bad. I don't have it bad. I mean, Trump don't do everything I like either. But my Lord, I've never seen one man get so much vitriol over one guy. He's the president of the United States. Not only did he get elected once, he got unelected once and brought back in. So evidently, the people who voted for him like him. I mean, hey, y'all just got to get over it. The guy won. I don't like everything the guy does. I don't like the way we're doing immigration. I don't. But I'm not the president. It's not my purview. I don't like. Sometimes he says things that absolutely go way above my head, not because it's more intelligent than I am. It's because it's so dumb that I said, "Why did he say that?" So again, but we're all human beings. We all have our faults. None of us are perfect. We all do stupid things sometimes. And just because you're the president of the United States, don't mean you won't say something stupid every once in a while. Okay. So anyway, if you want to, how do you get in this thing anyway? But anyway, I don't know who's calling on my cell phone this time of day, but I won't be answering that right now. Okay, let me see. Is my phone still working over there? I think it is. But listen, everybody, everybody Interesting. But anyway, our number. So I was looking at something there on my phone. Somebody sent me a message. I think it was JC Love. I was trying to get him on this morning, but he called me back too late, so I can't. I won't have time to get him on now. But we're gonna try to get JC sometime next week. The head of the what did I say? The head in the wrong place syndrome is a bad fit for you. He said, okay, what is that? No, sir, no one is against renovation. They all went through an oversight administration bypass. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know George Bush had did all that stuff to the White House. I didn't know that the Clintons did stuff to the White House. I had no idea they did it because nobody cared. But nobody cared until Trump is doing something, and now everybody's concerned about it. I just think, I didn't. Did you hear all the people I just told? Everybody from 1817 till now has done something in the White House to change it. Basketball courts. I think Nixon put a bowling alley in there. Now, one would say, then why in the world would the president of the United States need to put a bowling alley in the White House? That's got nothing to do with foreign policy, unless the guy coming in is a good bowler and he don't want to, he didn't want to go out to the latest. He didn't want to go out to the neighborhood bowling place. So again, why so much with Trump? My God, y'all guys got Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, really? Okay, the guy's the president of the United States. I didn't like everything Obama did either, but he was still the president of the United States. So elections have consequences. Okay, elections have consequences, and as far as the mayor of the city of Montgomery, well, I do believe that a $50,000 leeway is high enough for one man to sign a check to give to another organization that we don't know anything about. But I think $500,000 is way too much for any mayor to be able to spend like it's his money. That money belongs to us. Okay, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't. And besides that, this ain't Washington D.C. This is Montgomery, Alabama. Okay, so we need to spend some of that $50,000 on marketing to get some more policemen in here. Okay, because that has the that is the most important thing in Montgomery right now is being able to get policemen in this city who want to be policemen to safeguard at least to the best they can the citizens of this state of this city. So I don't why are we arguing about things that are mundane? I mean, really, why are we arguing about things that are irrelevant? I mean, whether it's a $50,000 check or $500,000, again, I think there ought to be oversight. Okay, our oversight in the House was Alvin Holmes. Alvin Holmes stopped the contract in a minute. One man stopped the contract and in a minute because he wouldn't let it go. Well, we need people like that to safeguard our resources. We just do. I mean, y'all just a bunch of whiners out there. The man is president. There's nothing we can do. When Obama got in there, and I didn't really like Obama, but when he got in there, you know what? He was president. He didn't do everything wrong, a lot of things, but that was just my opinion. And a lot of you guys giving us opinion that got nothing to do with fact. And again, every president has done something, has renovated or modified or made modification, modernization issues when the White House. I had never really knew about it. Never really knew about it. And he is president. And I know everybody keeps saying king. That man has not acted like a king. Again, we went so far to the left. We went so far to the left that we don't know what normal is in America anymore. The president has always had the ability to modify things in the White House. Okay? I mean, we went so far. I mean, listen, we actually had people believing that men should join the army and cut off their dangling to become a woman. Okay? And we finally got a president in the White House said, listen, if you're confused about your sexuality, we don't need you in the United States military. I'm absolutely 100%, 1000% in agreement with that statement. If you're a dumbass and you can't tell the difference between a female and a male, and God made you one or the other and not the same one, I'm good. Good. Yeah. Now, if you don't like Trump, I don't like the guy. There's nothing he can do that I would ever agree with, and that's fine. This is America. It's called a representative republic, which means that we vote for people who go to Washington, D.C. to do our fighting for us. Now, blame the guy who don't fight. It's kind of like the city council here. City council is to go downtown and fight for their people that lives in their district. But you always have to remember that your district don't get laws all by itself. They don't get any privilege that one district gets. The other districts are entitled to the same privilege. Okay, so I'm just saying. But your job is to fight for your folks. Okay, fight for your folks. That's all I can say. Okay, let me show that on the screen right there. So now move right along to other things. Stop. I'm not whining. I'm not. Okay. Well, what am I? What am I whining about? Charles, what am I whining about? No. So you got this wrong. Now let me see if I can explain this one more time. So when you're losing an argument, you run to genitalia. First of all, this is why I always go there. Because if you cannot understand that you are a male or female, there's nothing that can come out of your mouth that's ever going to make sense to me. Okay? If you really believe that you can change yourself into a female or female into male, there is nothing that comes out of your mouth that will mean anything to me, because you don't have the good sense that God gave a duck. Okay? So why should I believe any other thing that you say if you really believe that the basic makeup of the human being, male and female, start with the good graces of conception and the good Lord? If you really believe that you can change what you are, okay? If you really believe that, then there's nothing else you can tell me. There's nothing you can tell me. That's like saying what a dog really is a cat and a cat really is a dog. Okay? Well, not as we know them, then they're not. Or you go around and put dog material on your cat and cat material on your dog. There's some basic things that have to do with reality that the earth. Okay, let me put it to you this way: there are laws of nature. You cannot change them. You can mess with them, but they will mess with you back. Okay, but the laws of nature cannot be changed by man. God already figured out what he wanted. He gave it to us. Okay, and we can't change it. So that's why it bothers. If you can't believe that the natural order of the universe, if you don't believe that gravity is actually on Earth with us, if you believe there's no gravity, and so you're going to go up and jump off the Empire State Building, why should I listen to you about safety? I'm seriously. So there are just some things that go way beyond the pale of logic, of reason, okay, and common sense. Those are my three friends. Okay, those are my three friends: logic, reason, common sense. Now, we can do without one of them. Okay, we can do without one. We can do without one. Okay, we can do without, but we cannot do without two. Okay, I'm just telling you. So, but y'all have a right to your opinion, and the opinions are fine. If somebody says, "Well, in my opinion, I think I'm a girl," okay, okay, that's your opinion. That's. But opinions are not fact. So that's why I don't run to genitalia. But if you can't believe nature, then why should I waste the time to talk to you? I mean, seriously, why should I wait there? I'm trying to get JC on Monday, um, and I'm trying to get the guy who wants to be governor on Jamal Brown, but he's kind of scared to come up here, I guess, or come on with me, uh, because I'm a pro. Okay, I'm a pro at this. Okay, I can handle this. You, you don't know what you are. Okay, all right then. Well, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's okay. I got no problem with that. So really don't want oversight and the first black mayor, but different story on Trump. Uh, well, I don't. I mean, listen, there's just some things that I don't even worry about. Who as well? You are the only one I know who don't know what they are. Like what is? I mean, you got to give me more of that, brother. No oversight on Obama's White House basketball court paid with our taxes. Good point. Good point. That was paid by us. But this renovation or modernization is coming with donors. Now, I agree with you on one thing, Willie. I do believe that we probably should know who the donors are. I mean, I don't want Putin, even though I don't really like Putin, but I ain't got nothing against him. I ain't working for him. But I want to know if Putin gives some money so he can get a room in the White House every once in a while if he comes to town. I don't know if we want that or not. But I think we should have you anytime you give money toward a public entity, I think I think you ought to be able to do that. But I don't know what the law says about that. Okay, so I don't know what the law says about that. So I don't you know I'm not an aficionado on law. Who's this? What callers on your show? Put up taxes for not a damn one of them. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm still waiting on the call right now. So if he needs me to give him a couple dollars, I'd put something in for you. Okay. Live and let live. Who cares what others do? We all have to care what others do. If you're going up Interstate 85 and somebody has a wreck on 85, I don't know who the person is who has the wreck, but it affects everybody on that highway. So we all have to care. If a guy is going 100 miles an hour down 85 or up 65, it does matter what other people do because what other people do affects you either directly or indirectly. Okay. Now, what we don't have the power is to condemn people because I don't know, but we do have the power to judge people. Okay, but we don't condemn anybody because none of us have a heaven or hell to put anybody in. As a matter of fact, we do good if we don't end up in one of the bad ones. So, but we do judge people. Okay, so we have a right to do that, I think. Okay, now okay. Should the person who wrote the art of war or the art of the deal be able to call both party leaders in and get the government over? Yeah, I believe so. I don't. But if the Democrats don't want to come to the table, if they don't want, they really, if what I'm understanding is true, they want to give everybody every swinging chain illegally here, Medicaid or whatever they want to do to. If that's true, then I don't blame the president on that. It's the Democrats that are keeping this thing open. Now I'm beginning to get worried now because I will admit I'm getting to get worried because the longest thing I've seen, this is the longest one we've ever had, I believe. And I got a problem with that. And we got to pay all these people. We got to pay all these people all this money back. Okay. Now the art of the deal, but well, here's if Trump hasn't learned one thing, if Trump has learned one thing, you cannot run politics like a business. You just can't. That dog ain't gonna hunt. Okay, you can. Politics is not business. And so it is a business, but you don't run it as a business. You can't do it. Okay, you can't do it. And I hope he's learned that. What does it say? Donors. U.S. taxpayers aren't cheating $40 billion from U.S. taxpayers fiscally responsible. Can't we fund anything that benefits society? Well, TJ, you got me. You got me you got me on that one because I'll have to cogitate on that one right quick because I'm gonna see. Who this guy says? Sure that there's a false equivalence. Trans people don't affect me like a speeding car or a bad boss, corrupt banker, etc. And listen, you may be right. Here's my problem with the whole trans thing. If you want to be trans, that's between you. I don't care. Okay. If you want to cut it off and act like you's a girl, then so be it. But don't act like it's a natural thing. Even little kids know when they're looking at a man that's a woman, and they'll look at you crazy because it is a natural instinct for a male to be able to recognize a female. Even kids will do it. They'll say, Mommy, that's a man looking like a girl. Okay, because it is not natural. It is not within the realm of reality. Okay, and again, nature has determined what you are. You cannot change it. Okay, you just can't. You just can't change it. You can't. You just. I mean, you can tell people that you change it, but you don't. You can't. And at some point, and here's what you do not know that we don't talk about because they're keeping it out of the media. A lot of these men and women who have undergone these operations, a lot of them have committed suicide. Because after thinking about it reasonably and logically, they become upset and wonder why in the hell did I do this? Okay, so I'm just saying, it is not a natural. It is not a natural inclination for a female to want to be a male. Now there are some females and males who are born with the same with two genitalias, and those are the only people that I understand might be confused. Okay, I understand that one because that would be a tough one. You look down there, you got both. Okay, well, I don't know. That's a tough one. Okay, but yeah, but it is not natural in the natural scheme of things to be both. Okay, that's not a natural thing either. So anyway, so that's why, because if you can't believe what your good God gave you, then why should I believe you? Because you're denying logic, you're denying reason, and you certainly are denying common sense. That's just where you know. And again, and that's what I said. Those are the only people who I'm willing to give leeway to decide what they want to be. But even in their DNA, and some, I think there'll be one stronger than the other side. But that's up to them. Yeah, and it's called hermaphrodite. Yeah, I know about that, and that happened. And I'm thinking that's still our fault because with all the medicines and all the drugs and all the stuff we give people now, we don't know what some of these things uh, uh, do to us as we're growing up. And if you look at some of these videos on Facebook and things of that nature, my God, in Africa right now, we got kids that have diseases I have never seen. I mean, what's going on over there? I mean, when they feed kids, they got to feed hundreds of kids at one time. One thing about it, they have not forgotten how to have sex in Africa, even if they forgot how to do everything else. But my Lord, they got diseases over there, and at some point, I believe some of that stuff will hit us again too. Okay, yeah, we want to cause pain. So okay, what my other bus? Oh, here my brother right here said, yeah. Oh, a black man seeing a white man trapped in a black man's body is what? Crazy as hell. I surely agree. But I also said philosophically back in the day. Philosophically. Now we understand what philosophical means. It means I believe in the principles of that party more than I did my own, more than I did the other party, because I don't belong to either one of them, to tell you the truth. Okay, you want to this guy right here's got to be a Democrat. I want to focus on corruption that affects you and me. And what is that? Trump and conservatives ain't helping. They can okay. Just tell me what you're talking about, brother. Tell me what you're talking about, and we can talk about it. But the word corruption, hell, it's in everything. Hell, our government is it's kind of corrupt. Okay, and the ones who are born like that, that's up to them and their parents. What they want, if the parents decide when they're young to sew one of them up and be the other one, then I don't know. That's a hard one. I think that's where that individual makes his own mind up. Okay, that the individual makes their own mind up. Okay, let's see a man. Okay, let's see a man compete against a woman in gymnastics on the balance beam. If you want to compete with them, yeah, I'm with you. But that ain't gonna happen. Let's see here now. Good morning. Turn down your radio there.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Okay.
You got to turn whatever you listen. Turn it down because we got a delay.
Huh?
We got a delay.
I got you down.
Okay, what's up?
Got this. Okay. All right. I was just thinking about criminals. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you guys say that people let criminals back on the street and they repeat crimes and all of that?
And they do.
Okay. You remember one of those January 6th guys at Trump party?
Yeah, I know he back in jail now. Yeah.
What did he do? Tell the audience what he do.
Didn't he kill somebody?
Or what he did? Let me say it right. No. No, he threatened one of the what's that guy, Jeffers?
Oh, that's right. Hakeem
Jeffers.
Jeffries. Yeah. He threatened him. Yeah. What a dumbass.
So what I'm saying, what's the difference in him being released on the street and committing a crime versus
he
ones that you guys
didn't commit a crime. He threatened to commit a crime. He didn't try to kill the man. He just threatened him.
That was a crime. That was a crime to threaten somebody like that,
it's
right?
a violation of the law. That's true, but he didn't actually do it.
Okay.
He didn't actually do it. He just threatened to do it.
He went far enough. Didn't he get locked up, man?
Oh, well, hey, you can't threaten people, especially public officials.
Okay. So let me get this straight. The law and order president.
Yeah.
Not leading by example, is he?
What do you mean?
He's not leading by example. He wanted everybody else to behave, but he pardoned people that doesn't behave and went out there and threatened someone. Kevin.
Well, we all need forgiveness. The guy was stupid.
He got caught.
Yeah, the guy was stupid.
He got caught. He got caught. What makes it so good?
But that's his problem. Individuals can do dumb things. And he did a dumb thing.
It shined a light on this. It shined a light on this White House. Didn't it?
So are you going to blame the White House for what happened in Montgomery?
This philosophical White House he talks about. Well, it shined a light on it as far as crime and criminals. He also pardoned a guy last week. What that guy? He didn't pardon him, but he took a guy. Took him from jail.
The president can do that.
He was being hated, but only Republicans and people that he liked.
That's a lie. Biden did the same thing. Clinton did the same thing. Obama did the same thing. Presidents have the power.
No, I'm talking about what Trump claimed he was going to be different, and he was going to focus on
still got the
law and order for everybody.
And I think that is it's about justice. Okay, how do you define justice? And
I guess what's that guy? What's that guy name? That Republican?
Somebody named George Santos. Listen, I
couldn't think of his name. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So explain that one, Kevin.
Well, listen, he has the right to do it.
You're so smart and everything.
No, but he has the
Come
right.
on.
He has the right to pardon whoever he wants to. I did scratch my head. I did scratch my head.
But he want to lock everybody else up. He wants to lock everybody else. Got people out there harassing people on the street every day. But he let these damn people back out of jail, Kevin, to go out there and commit more crime. Come on, man.
Again,
talk to me, baby boy.
Again, listen. Some people,
my voice, the weather got my voice a little bit cranky this morning, man.
Some people,
but
some people get grace and don't have God-gave sense of a duck to appreciate it and stay out of trouble. Some people don't. But they would give.
Go ahead and give me a little gaslighting. Go ahead and give me a little gaslighting. Go ahead and give me a little gaslighting this morning. I need some of it to help me wake up.
The Santos thing kind of made me shake my head a little bit, but hey, okay.
What about the boy? What about the other one that threatened to shoot to kill this man or whatever he's going to do to us?
Hakeem.
What about him?
I think
Yeah. Come on, Kevin. Come on now.
He was charged.
But y'all want to blame Reed? That Reed don't have no control of for letting people out of jail.
Okay. Again, we don't blame Reed for crime.
Some people are. Some of these knucklehead like old curmudgeon, he figure Reed responsible for everything.
But whether you get the blame for the crime or not, you are still accountable to the people of Montgomery for, and that's every last city council person.
So the president not responsible for the dude he let out of jail.
No. Of course he isn't.
Huh?
It's council.
What if he went through with it and killed this guy, man? What if he killed?
They tried to kill the president. They tried to kill the president.
What if he? Well, that's not my point. Hypothetically speaking, now, what if he would have?
Then that guy would have.
Yeah. How would it have looked on Trump and his White House?
No different than anybody who gets out of jail now and does something stupid again. That means.
I said, how would it have looked on Trump for letting this guy out of jail?
Had nothing to do with Trump.
Mm-hmm. Give me a opinion about that, Kevin.
I don't have an opinion about that. The guy was.
I can't say the word this morning.
But the guy was stupid. He got out of jail under that. Then he goes out and threatens Hakeem Jeffries. Listen, he's stupid. And listen, Trump probably didn't know he was stupid, but he was stupid, and he doesn't appreciate.
All of them was stupid. It's all for going to the Capitol doing that crazy shit they did at the Capitol. Now, come on, Kevin.
No.
Let me go. My voice cranking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh? All right. Bye, young man.
They were just mad on the January 6th thing. Okay, that's what they were. They were mad because the government kept screwing them, gluing them, and tattooing them. That's why they went to. The Capitol, and they got a right to. The Constitution says people have a right to redress grievances with their government, and they were just redressing some grievances that they had. Now, should they did the way they did it? Probably not. But that's what they did. They were ticked off. All right, that's all I can tell you. I mean, I didn't do it. I wasn't there. Now, I probably would have went had there been room on the bus for me from Montgomery, but I wasn't able to go. Okay, then somebody else call. Okay, don't y'all be wimping out on me now. You call up and I'll talk to you. I got no problem with that. Let me see a man come. Yeah, that's true. Okay, can't do that. Okay. Here we go. Kevin Evans finally caught you live. Hello from Johannesburg, South Africa. What in the world are you doing over there? You going back to the motherland? Come on, man. But you from what I see on Facebook, I don't want to go to Africa. Too many diseases, too many kids sick, too many people sick. They got all kind of things over there that in America we've done away with years ago. But hey, tell all the brothers over there, the Hutus and the Mamutus and the Botswanamas, tell them I said hi. And all right, two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, but again, a president has the right to pardon people. If I ever get in trouble, I hope somebody pardon me. Let me see here now. What in the world is that?
No, hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
You said you're going to run for the council?
Yes.
Well, you're going to have to toughen your skin up like a duck and roll off your back.
Well,
sound like you whining, almost ready to cry while they're talking about your guy.
I don't listen. Trump wouldn't know me. It was I'm like a roach in a corner in another room. He could care less about
but you got to have tough skin to get into politics.
I got it.
You gotta be like Lil Mel. He let it roll off his back.
Yeah, don't roll me.
They're like your house racist call every day question. my certificate, I let it roll off my back because it don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing to me either. Yeah, there ain't no problem. We good.
So stop whining. But look,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't never heard that word transparency. If everything is above board, as I say in Democrats and Republicans, if everything is above board, show the paperwork. Then you won't have to be accused of something you're not doing. That's when the people start having doubts about your line because you won't show them the paperwork.
Well,
If it's
I don't know.
board,
Right. I don't know. I don't know if
lay it out
legally.
for
I
the
don't know
people
if
to see
legally.
it.
I don't know if legally he has to show the paperwork. I don't know.
It ain't about legalities, it's about what people want
Well,
to know.
and then people will
It's
start
subject
complaining. Wait a minute.
information.
And then people will start complaining about the people who gave it. He
It's
wants a
subject
contract. He
information.
wants this. He wants that. So I don't know. There's some really rich people in the world, in this country, who give $1 million and ain't no big deal. Okay?
Well, we know that, but
I'm not one of them.
in the end, there are more working class and poor people in the world that Trump proved that outvoted the rich folks and got him in office.
Mm-hmm.
So rich or not, the poor people and the working class people put them in office because they got tired of the rich folks telling them what to do.
Yeah, I hear you.
So hey,
yeah,
it's gonna work again. They're gonna get tired again.
Okay, well,
and get rid of both
listen,
parties.
it's like I told the city council one day. There's nothing changed, and no matter who gets in, whether it's Trump, whether it is Obama, whether it is our current mayor or the next mayor or the last mayor, somebody is going to complain about you no matter what you do. So just be prepared for it. Like I'm prepared for it. Not a problem. Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you like your little whining down. You like you're about to cry.
I
got you got to be a bully to be a.
Right.
Got to be a bully in this.
I'm a United States Army parachute. I can handle it. Okay. I just put my jump boots on and run on. Ain't no big deal. You may be too old. You are. I think the only age limit in politics in Alabama is judges. I think once you hit 70, I believe that you have to get off the bench. Okay, I think that's the only one. Other than that, well, you can stay down there as long as you want to. Okay, yeah, as long as you want to, and I will be. As a matter of fact, I can't believe it because this race is not till 27, which I'll be 70, but I still look good. So I'm just saying, So I got another. I'm still gonna do it though. Okay, I'm still gonna do it. Yes, Don.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
The Dixie chick talking about paperwork. The only paperwork she knows is after a BM. But tell me, they sue him for everything in the world. If he's done something illegal and has not gotten permission, he's not applied to do it, why haven't they sued him?
That's a good question. For some reason, I think that
I wonder what paperwork Dixie Chicks wants to see.
Yeah, I don't know.
I heard a little kid. You don't reckon she's had a baby, do you?
Wow,
I didn't think nobody her age could have one.
Yeah, no,
she called one time and said, "Call me an old man," and come to find kid half century old. Incredible, ain't it?
Well, we all getting old. Me too. Everybody's getting old. It's better to get old than cold, but we good. Anyway, when he young compared to his guy. Okay, you will be over 70 by the next race. That's right. No, I will be 70. That year I'll be 69 doing the race, but I will be 70. I can't believe I'm that old, man. I look good for my age. I tell you, I don't even think I'm that old. But anyway, now Don, I think is over 70. Yeah, already. Yeah, that's okay. But now there's no age limit on running for office unless you're going to be a judge. And I guess they want to make sure that you have your cognitive ability is up to par, and that you can distinguish fact from fiction and reason and logic. So all of the January 6th, committee members were pardoned. Yeah. Oh yeah. Probe the auto pen. Yeah, I'm with you. All right then. Anything else anybody else got going on? There's some other things. There's some other things too. And there's more news about the young man they let out of jail. I don't know why everybody's saying that the judge has the discretion. He can take your bond up to, if he feels that you are a threat to society according to the law. You can make the bond one up to $1.5 million, or even better than that. You don't have to let him out of jail. Okay, so I don't know why. And do we got a judge named Higgins? I think somebody said that's who did it, but I think, is that a female judge? I think it's a female judge. Somebody said the other day that it was her who gave him. Now, according to the public response, um, she said she followed the guidelines. Well, not really, not really. The guidelines read after 2022, the Supreme Court ruled that you could give people higher bonds. Okay, I'm just saying, but maybe she was just trying to be a good person. I don't know. I don't know, but some of these people just are crazy as I don't know what. Also, an Alabama death row inmate is set to die um, this afternoon, tonight, and he wants to see the governor. And he said he wants the governor to meet with him before an innocent man is executed. Anthony Boyd, 53 years old, is scheduled to be executed Thursday evening by nitrogen gas at the William C. Holman Correctional Facility. A jury convicted Boyd of capital murder for the 1993 burning death of George Ugley in Talladega County. Prosecutors say Ugley was burned alive over a $200 drug debt. Boyd said he has maintained he did not commit the crime. Made the request to meet with the governor, Kay Ivey, during a news conference hosted by the Execution Intervention Project and his spiritual advisor, the Reverend Jeff Hood. Before an innocent man is executed, come sit with me, have a conversation with the guy who deemed one of the worst the worst of the worst. Okay, and he said, and it was recorded. He said he had a recorded message played at the news conference. Boyd said that if Ivy feels he is being deceptive or evasive during that meeting, then please carry out his sentence. If not, I would ask you stay the execution to stop this execution and have my case fully and fairly investigated. Mike Lewis, a spokesman for Ivy, said that the governor personally reviews each case. Well, yeah, each case in which execution has been ordered and set. At this point, however, we have not seen any recent court filings, and that's the problem with our system sometimes. Well, if you're not interested in the guy, you won't see any court filings. Mr. Boyd's guilt is horrific if he did it. A burning alive murder of Gregory Ugley, nor have we received a clemency submission in such an effect, Lewis wrote in an email response. He said that the governor's review does not include one-on-one meetings with inmates and called Boyd's requests especially unworkable. Well, I call that Bravo Sierra. The man, we're going to put a guy to death. We're going to put a man to death. I don't think it'll hurt talking to the guy. I mean, it won't hurt because often, most people who are let off death row, when we find out that they didn't do it, it's always almost because they don't have the money for the good lawyers. Okay, now I don't know if the guy did it or not, but you can always kill the young man if that's what you're destined on doing. You can always kill him, but it doesn't hurt for you to go see what the guy talking about. And again, like he said, if you find him to be deceptive, if you just don't believe when you walk out of there, then do what you're going to do anyway. But I think any human being has a right to that request being granted. I mean, I don't care if it's even on the telephone. The governor don't really have to go there. Then let them do a video conference with you. You can be on your cell phone, or you can be on your phone in your limousine. Talk to him. Talk to the guy. You can always kill him, but talk to him. I just don't think I think that's fair. You can always kill people, because taking a man's life, taking somebody's life, is the ultimate punishment in this universe. There is nothing worse than that. And if the government, and the Bible speaks of having the power of the government, have the power of the sword. I got that part. But that's the one thing out of all the things you cannot redo, is give people their life back once it's gone. We've seen people matter of fact, when I got here, John Knight, there was a guy in prison. He had been there for over 20-something years. I think the name was McMillan. He had been there for 20-something years or 30 years. Didn't do it. But they waited till the last minute before they let him go. Now, how many people knew that already? Because you don't just find out the day that you're going to execute somebody that they didn't do it. So how many people knew this? And if you don't have money to get a decent lawyer, then your chances of getting a fair trial in this country right now is kind of rough. Okay, especially on those kinds of things. It's just rough. I don't know if the guy did it or not. Okay, I don't know if he did it or not. Okay, but I just don't know. I don't. A phone call, governor, a phone call, video with the guy. You don't even have to go to the prison, because I don't want to mess up your clothes or anything like that. But a video. Give him a cell phone. Let him talk to the governor. And if she feels that he didn't do it, then you can always reset another execution date. Okay. If God judged us the way we judge each other sometimes, my Lord, we'd have a never-ending line going to Big Mama, or however they kill people now. And this is not a small thing. To take a man's life is not a small thing. It is a big thing, as a matter of fact. Okay. Yeah, I saw that about him asking for the $230 million for all the charges that people brought against him. We'll see how that works out too. Man, I forgot it's almost time to go. But anyway, we're gonna play this show later on. But I just asked for the governor to be merciful and talk to the man. It didn't hurt to have a conversation.
In the quiet of the morning,
Anthony Boyd, our prayers go out with you. And if you did not do what they said you did, may God have mercy on every last one of us. Anybody involved with this execution. So I asked the governor to talk to the man. Conversation doesn't cost anything. Because if there's this much chance that he's innocent, we need to explore that. Anyway, my time is up. Remember, it is not the falling down that gives us strength. It is getting up each and every time we do. That's where your strength comes from. So all I can tell you is keep getting up. Don't ever just lay down. Keep getting up. And the difference between a potato and an egg and hot water, it's about what you're made out of. Have a great day. And thanks everybody for participating today. I appreciate that.